Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's unlikely to climb very far in his career, even if he talks as if he might. His comfort with routines and lack of inner push means he's more likely to stick with what he knows rather than take risks or stretch himself for promotions. He can be firm in how he does things and cares about doing them properly, but real progress at work takes extra effort, which he doesn't naturally give.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he doesn't easily lose his cool or have outbursts. Instead, he tends to pull away quietly. Rather than bouncing back quickly and finding new solutions, he might shut down and keep his worries to himself. You'll notice him becoming distant rather than complaining loudly or picking fights.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most people at work will see him as quiet and a bit distant rather than someone who causes drama. He won't go out of his way to make small talk or charm everyone, so he might not have many close friends at the office. Still, he generally avoids big fights and loud arguments.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he will care deeply about your feelings, but may not express much excitement or pride openly. He isn't the jealous type, so you don't have to worry about him feeling threatened or insecure about your success. Expect quiet support rather than big hugs or words of encouragement.
What if you start earning more than him?
No, he isn't likely to resent you or feel insecure if you earn more than him. He's comfortable letting you shine and isn't interested in competing over salary or status. He may not express much excitement or a pride, but he won't let your success get between you.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He tends to handle money carefully and prefers things to be planned and orderly. You'll rarely see him making impulsive or reckless purchases. If you want financial stability and steady habits, he is likely to give you that peace of mind.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is the type to live within his means and not pretend to be richer than he is. He prefers things to be organized and steady, so he avoids showing off or spending money just to impress others. If you value honesty and financial peace, You will likely feel secure with the way he handles his life and money.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is kind at heart and cares about your feelings, but when it comes to money and daily life, he is careful, not loose or overly generous. He does not mind spending on necessary things, especially to make the home comfortable, but he won't be the first to splash out on treats or gifts for everyone. You may feel his warmth in thoughtful ways, but you won't find him being careless or free handed with money.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be open and straightforward about money rather than secretive or controlling. He prefers things to be clear and in order, so he's comfortable sharing details about spending and saving. He isn't one to hide things or make surprise decisions without telling you.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes housework should be organized and done properly, but he's not very lively or enthusiastic about helping out. He won't insist that it's only your job, but you might find he prefers routines and clear responsibilities. If you talk openly and set a plan, he'll stick to it and do his part without drama.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He will help with chores and even with things like diapers, especially if you've talked about who does what. He likes routines and order, so if there's a set plan, he'll do his assigned tasks quietly and properly. However, he won't take much initiative on his own and isn't likely to turn chores into a fun activity.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He isn't someone who likes to argue just to prove he's right. He cares about your feelings and tries to understand where you're coming from, though he expresses this quietly. If there's a disagreement, he's more likely to listen carefully and withdraw rather than start a loud debate.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he usually stays respectful and doesn't lash out or say hurtful things. He tends to keep his feelings inside and withdraw rather than act aggressive or create conflict. This makes it easier for you to feel safe during arguments, as he wants to keep peace rather than blow up.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he isn't the type to get angry quickly. He manages his emotions quietly and doesn't react with sudden outbursts or raised voices. This means there isn't a hidden red flag when it comes to controlling anger.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He is more likely to quietly accept responsibility rather than blame you when something goes wrong. He may not say a loud sorry or have big emotional gestures, but you'll notice him trying to fix his mistake or change his behavior after you've talked. You won't find him blaming you just to protect his own ego.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no means no. He isn't pushy or disrespectful and he cares about your comfort and feelings. If you say you're not comfortable with something, he won't argue or pressure you. He's the kind of man who will honor your choices, both big and small.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
He may feel a little hurt inside if you're not in the mood for intimacy, but he won't show anger or hold it against you. He cares about your comfort and is gentle, so he will respect your wishes and not push you. Sometimes he might become quiet or withdraw for a bit to process his feelings, but he won't turn this into a big issue or blame you.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He values your feelings and is not the type to use your vulnerability against you or embarrass you later. Even if you have disagreements, he won't bring up intimate details to hurt you.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is more likely to be faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He values stability and comfort in his relationships, preferring a steady partner rather than chasing excitement elsewhere. You can trust that his focus stays on you and he won't be wandering off or flirting behind your back.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he's not the kind of man who acts over possessive, jealous, or controlling. He tends to trust quietly and keeps his own feelings to himself rather than questioning your every move or demanding to know where you are. You are unlikely to find him trying to control your friendships, your time, or your choices.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective side is not a mask for being controlling. He cares about your well being and wants you to feel safe, but he doesn't demand to know everything or set strict rules. You're likely to feel cared for, not trapped. He wants peace and comfort, not power over you.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is likely to see parenting as something to be shared, especially if you set clear routines and talk about who does what. He values order and wants things to be handled properly. So if you make agreements together, he'll stick to them and do his part. If he ever seems distant, gentle reminders and open discussions will help him stay involved.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to stay calm and not lose his temper. He doesn't get angry easily or shout when things go wrong. He will guide the children gently toward fixing their problems or calming down without making a big scene.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support your role as both a mother and your own person. He values calm and harmony in the home and he cares about your feelings and well being. Though he's not the most expressive, he respects your independence and the work you do for your family.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he is not the type who will suddenly change and ask you to quit your career after you have a child. If he agrees to support your work now, he will likely keep that promise, as he prefers order and consistency in life. He isn't one to spring big surprises or change his mind without warning.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He may not be very warm and expressive with your parents, but he will do his best to treat them with respect and proper manners. He isn't someone who easily puts on a show or acts fake. What you see is what you get. Your parents will feel respected, even if not deeply bonded. He is more likely to try and adjust to your family, as he prefers to keep peace and harmony rather than cause trouble.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and won't make things worse. He prefers to keep peace rather than react with anger or loud arguments. You can expect him to support you gently and help manage the situation in a steady, respectful way.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
He is more comfortable with routines and tradition, so even if he seems modern and supportive with you alone, he may expect you to act as a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. This doesn't mean he will pressure you harshly, but you might notice he wants certain customs or family practices to be respected, especially during family gatherings or special occasions. If this matters to you, it's important to talk openly about your expectations early on.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will quietly support you rather than side with others or stay completely out of it. He isn't one to jump into arguments loudly, but he won't let you face problems alone either. If family pressures get strong, he may become quieter or step back for a bit, but you'll still feel his steady backing.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is not the typical mummy's boy who puts his mother above everything else, but he does value family peace and routines. In a conflict with his mother, he may not loudly take your side or challenge her openly, as he prefers to avoid drama and keep things calm. However, he won't ignore your feelings either.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He prefers to keep personal matters private and values quietness and respect in relationships. This means you can trust that sensitive issues between you will stay just between the two of you.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Being with him day in and day out means living in a home that is calm, orderly, and steady. He isn't very loud or dramatic, so you'll have peace and not much tension.